Hello everyone and welcome to this special episode. I tried to stream the stress test like a few minutes ago, but to no avail. Just too many lag, too many people probably. It ate too many resources basically, I think, and I could not really do anything. Got a lot of rollbacks and stuff, so here we are with a short recording. I hope I can capture some more PvP kind of stuff here with some less delay, some less lag, and well, be my guest for this absolute madness right now, because it is just totally insane. So many people, really nothing you can do basically, besides spamming a few blizzards in the enemy rows from time to time. That's about it. Yeah, so let's see if we can make something happen here. This is basically all I'm doing right now, trying to do some damage, like some AoE. I got all the skills for it basically. Just I can show you real quick here in case you were not watching the stream. Also improved blizzard, improved range, basically just going almost complete frost besides a few really useless talents. And yeah, now I'm just trying to AoE stuff down, try to stand my ground together with the other alliance players here, and we try to overtake the Terran's mill at the moment. So I have to drink real quick here, try to at least regen up some stuff, and then we will jump right back into the fight. I also see that I have my evocation currently available, so let's go for that. The biggest issue is that I'm really not that experienced of a mage player, and still for the stress test, for the PvP stress test overall, this is by far the best class I think to go for, just because it's, just because of the AoE basically. Warlock is probably also quite nice, since there's a huge delay and sometimes you really just want to basically get a damage over time spell off, and then you are probably done for anyway, or you can't do anything else. So I think melee classes are quite in a lot of trouble here, and even Frostbolt. I have a level 1 Frostbolt right now here because, well, it's quite nice to slow people down before they reach you, since the cast animation is much slower, much faster, and takes much less time. But the Frostbolt is basically, you also can't really cast anything else. Like the maxed out Frostbolt, it just takes way too long, you can't really get it through with all the delay and all the movement from the enemy considered. So that's a big issue, and that's why we are not able to do that much right now. But I'm still one of the lucky few who at least were able to get in here. You can see a lot of people actually also try just to go for complete AoE. So let's maybe try something similar, and let's just have some goofy fun here, since I guess this is all what this is about, right? We will probably die here in about a second. Maybe we can lure someone back. But I might be already dead without even knowing it. Just because the delay is so huge. Yeah. So yeah, not really a good place to do some real PvP. Even the skill build is by far nothing you should go for. There are better kind of skill builds. This is really just one where I thought it would give us the most means of survivability and also have some fun with far range blizzard spam. But even that does not quite work out, so I really hope that this would be just a blast, just some super fun PvP time. But of course, what did I expect, right? This is there are so many people online, there's no way this thing will even run stable. And the thing I meant with I'm at least lucky to be here, I just took a quick peek at Alex's stream. Basically he's still trapped in the capital cities. He since there are also sometimes some huge rollbacks, I was at Terran's Mill half an hour ago, then there was a rollback and I was back in Ironforge. So this is insanity. And of course with a rollback you also have to basically, well, set up everything new, and that can be quite annoying. And the thing is, this is a stress test, you know. This is like, we are doing this for this stuff that is basically annoying in-game, that basically everyone hates in-game, is happening. So in that sense we are successful, but in that sense it also, well, it's just not that fun, right? I mean, you can't really do that much, and it looks like we are getting rolled over right now, because this used to be a place where the Alliance players were able to stand, and now it's all Horde already. The Alliance Horde ratio is quite split even, I think, like 51-49, something like that, so that's pretty nice. But again, I mean, it's a stress test. They want to see like what the server can take, how well at least can stay up without crashing, but there's no way to avoid this huge kind of well, delay. And delay in PvP is basically game breaking. Like in the last stress test it was not as bad, since it's a stationary PvE target, like those mini bosses you were able to see in the last stress test, in which I didn't even were able to play because I just could not log in. But I guess you saw it like in a lot of other videos that were floating around, and that's another thing, you know. With this PvP kind of play style, it's really not that fun. But I don't know, the overall like the sheer overwhelming masses, like how many people there are actually online right now, and how everyone is trying to get some damage in, to get some PvP in, it's still quite fun. And I think right now the Horde is even advancing. Like until like a few minutes ago we were basically camping Terrence Mill, and now we are having some issues. Looks like there's a rogue waiting with... Let's see if you can do something here. Of course I mounted. Yeah, this is just... I don't know if he even is still there, or if he, like, I don't know, is like left 10 minutes ago. If I'm even alive, you know. I'm not too sure. But let's just try to use some Frostbolt spams here, so that we at least have some sort of PvP footage, right? What looked like the siege of Terrence Mill might turn out into the carnage of South Shore, because this is not looking good right now. A lot of hordes incoming. Okay, it's at least... Oh, hello. Okay, but yeah. As you can see, far too late. Let's use some level 1 Frostbolt spam, so we maybe can kite him a bit. Some instant spells. I guess since the PvP kind of action is not really that great at the moment, I at least can give you some specs about the stress test, like what happened. So let's do a quick /who right here. 9,400 people online. This is just complete insanity. And like for that number, the server is still running very well. I mean, it crashes from time to time. There are rollbacks, but for the past, let's say 20-30 minutes, there actually has been no crash. So big thumbs up to the Elysium team. They did a marvelous job with that, and keep up the great work, guys. Something else we can talk about is that, like, you started out as a level 1 character at the stress test, then you made your way to your capital city. For me it was Ironforge. There were 4 NPCs that gave you all sorts of equipment, and also like level 60 of course. There were trainers innkeepers, yeah, just vendors for all kinds of stuff like poisons or ingredients. So just as a few general specs, since we really can't get that much PvP going here, besides maybe some Blizzard spam here and there. But yeah, again, almost 10,000 people online, and I mean, for that, I think that's quite an accomplishment for the developers to make the server this stable. Again, I streamed a bit, but I really was not able to do that much with it, because like with stream it was even worse than the things you are seeing right now, where I have like a delay of 3 seconds, which again in PvP is just a total deal breaker. But we can at least enjoy some of this like footage right now, like of this insanity that is currently happening, and again, maybe get a Blizzard in here and there. But I think I won't make this recording for too much longer. This is really just I think it's really not that interesting. Like, if there would be a boss that we can actually kill and where we could make some progress, that might be a lot more entertaining. But since, yeah, this, okay, there are actually a lot of 40s here. I also don't see damage numbers. I'm not too sure if they deactivated that, so the server would be able to, oops. I think I just misclicked. So the server would actually be able to hold a few more players. So that might be a reason why they decided to go for this sort of like reductions of a few things. Like, for example, like no damage numbers. I think also the sound has been reduced, like the music and everything. And that might be something that has to do with that, but I'm not too sure. Like, don't quote me on that, just a speculation. So this time around it's like more laggy, more crashy than the old kind of stress test, I think, to the fact that there are just more people, of course. But I also think it's because there are a lot more skills, like a lot more kind of effects and everything that you have to process, like the mechanics and overall items, and that's just stuff I think that takes a lot more resources than the initial few stress tests where you basically had well, not such issues. Okay, we have a disconnect here. I think this is actually a good time to stop this recording. Sorry that the stream was just so laggy, and I really did not feel that it was very entertaining, and this video might also not be that great, but I really hope that it at least gives you maybe some sort of like a little impression like of what happened on the stress test, in case you were not able to get in at all, or in case you thought you were missing out on some huge PvP action. But like, at least in my opinion, and at least from my experience, I think this was not really that much fun. But that has nothing to do with like a bad work of the Elysium team or anything. Quite the contrary, I think they did a fantastic job until now, and I really look forward to the release and everything. So this has been a bit of a special episode and maybe a bit of a boring one, but I still hope you enjoyed it, and I thank you very much for watching. See you guys around next time. Have a great one, and bye.